Hello ladies and gentlemen, this is Tristan Tries with another exciting video. Today we will be attempting to repair this Acer Predator monitor that is displaying just a white screen. Full disclaimer, I do not recommend you try this with your own monitor without having some degree of electrical knowledge, or electronic knowledge, or at least the ability to Google effectively, as there is some degree of danger from electrical components within that could cause you harm if you're not careful. To begin with, I made sure to remove the VESA mount screws, as those have the potential to hold the plastic shroud onto the monitor hub. After doing that, there's also a screw beside the HDMI and display ports. At this point, I also removed them. Based on the purely white screen I was seeing, regardless as to what I did, so whether or not I connected or disconnected a display cord, my working theory was that there may have been a display cable within the monitor itself that was no longer making a good contact. So to remove the plastic shroud that surrounds the rear of the monitor, you have to get the rear plastic shroud to disconnect from the clips that are holding it into the front bezels. To do this, I used a combination of finger strength, aka just pulling with my nails / fingers, and the handle of my tweezers, as it proved a suitable size. This is definitely the most time-consuming aspect of the disassembly. Prior to that, I tried screwdrivers and other ineffective tools, which did cause minor damage to the plastic, so I would definitely recommend using something that's a bit lighter, and or just the appropriate tool for the job. Once that has been completed, you can lift the plastic shroud off the primary housing and set it aside. There are some connectors that are now accessible. Since I don't really know much about monitor repair, I decisively just decided to disconnect them, with at least one of them probably being the power to the panel and the other one being the display to the panel, as well as the final one being the monitor speakers connection. With the cables clear, I was able to access the attached silver tape that's holding the primary housing in place. I carefully peeled these up and flipped the primary housing over, revealing the innards. This flipped up, you can now see the primary board. To disconnect the primary board, I first unscrewed 4 screws from the bottom of the motherboard, which is what I'm calling it. I'm not quite sure what exactly the terminology for it is. And then disconnected it from all cables. I took a look at the board and didn't see anything wrong with it. In fact, someone had even written OK on the board. As such, I reattached the cords and then reseated the motherboard back in place, ensuring the display outputs were located correctly. Unfortunately, my camera cut out during the time as I was disconnecting the cords, but I got it going after I'd reconnected them and begun reassembling. Once the main board is reconnected, I flipped the primary housing back onto the panel and reattached the cables there. Then I used the plastic panel to line the housing up with its appropriate location before flipping the tape back over and ensuring that it was securely attached. After that, it was just a matter of reattaching the plastic shroud via the clips, and essentially just pressing down on the corners. At that point, I just had to hook up the monitor and was pleasantly surprised to see a functional display. So I performed testing on the monitor by opening up the nvidia control panel and ensuring that the monitor was set to 144Hz with G-Sync on. I then proceeded to hop on everyone's favorite FPS, CSGO. Now, I am not very good at this game, so just bear with me, but as far as I could tell, 144Hz and G-Sync both seem to be working as intended, and I didn't have any problems with it. Keep in mind the camera I use only captures 60 frames per second, And as such, you won't be able to see the full effects of 144Hz or G-Sync. Plus, YouTube compression probably won't be helping. So in conclusion, it looks like the monitor is working now. I wouldn't say that I repaired it per se, but my reseating of the connectors did lead to it working again. And I can't really complain about that. Thanks for watching Tristan Tries. If you like this video, please click the like button, leave a comment, and if you have the time, check out one of my other videos for more tech and game-related content. And as always, don't forget to subscribe. See you next time!